Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today, 5th grade is bringing you back in time with our play entitled The American Revolution. Teachers, Miss Ash, Miss Solomonson, along with Delaney Ash and the confederation of students, have practiced and choreographed in their free time and of their own free will. That said, sit back and enjoy the show. I think you'll find it quite revolutionary.
If you're like me, you're tired of the same old stories about the American Revolution.
Sherry, we gotta turn it down.
Enough about George already. We want to hear from someone else, like Betsy Ross.
Betsy Ross! Finally, the woman who sewed the first American flag tells us about the stitcher around the world.
And now, everybody, here she is, the seamstress of the Revolution.
The Empress of Embroidering.
The Sultan of the Saddle Stitch.
The Guru of Needlework.
Betsy Ross!
Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Tell us how you're sewing. Help us win the war. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. The tales you told before. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo. Tell us how you tailored food at Valley Forge. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. The one how you saved George. Tell us how you did muskets. I felt it was my duty. And then crocheted a cannon. Oh, that one was a beauty. Oh, it sparkled. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Tell us how you're sewing helped us win the war. Tell us, Betsy, tell us the tales you told before. When you stitched the revolution, you know I'm double jointed. You sewed the Constitution. Know that I needle pointed. Oh, and didn't it turn out fine? Tell us, Betsy, tell us. Come on, Betsy, tell us. Tell us how you tailored food at Valley Forge. Tell us, Betsy, tell us. The one how you say shooby-dooby, shooby-doo. Shoo, shooby-dooby, shooby-doo-shoo.
Can you tell us about the American Revolution again, Betsy?
Oh my, it's been so many years.
Please.
Okay. A good place to start is when England defeated France and Spain in a long war.
My dad told me about that. The British defeated the French here in America in 1763.
Yes, but the French and Indian War was just a small part of a much bigger conflict. A patch in the quilt of world politics. England became the leading power in the world. Oh, how King George III gloated.
Tremendous news, Your Majesty. We won the 7 Years' War.
Well, it's about time. We've been fighting for, how many years now?
7.
That's quite a coincidence, isn't it?
Yes, my lord. Our victory is especially beneficial to our prospects in America.
America? How splendid. Did we get any of those fur hats? You can't beat America for fur hats.
Even better, Your Majesty.
Better than fur hats? You don't mean fur sunglasses?
Your Majesty, we've driven the French out of most of America. The entire north is ours, as well as Florida, and everything east of Mississippi.
Our empire's never been bigger. We rule the seas. The colonies are rich and well organized. England is the most powerful country in the world.
In other words,
That's right, Your Majesty. You demand.
who demand?
You demand.
Who demand?
You demand.
Rootin' tootin' right, I'm the man.
We spanked old Spain, we fought the French, we whipped the world, yeah, we're a mensch. Our colonies are our great joy. Hey, America, our favorite toy. And it's great to be an empire. Everyone shines your shoes. And it's great to be an empire. Nobody can refuse. It's great to be an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays. Now we're in debt, up to our knees. So where to turn? The colonies. They fought with us to win the war. Hey, now they know what they fought for. And it's great to be an empire. Everyone shines your shoes. And it's great to be an empire. Nobody can refuse. It's great to be an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays. It's great to be an empire in its early days, in its early ways. It's great to be an empire, 'cause it pays.
What do they mean it pays? Does being an empire come with a salary and a retirement plan and stuff like that?
Even better, England was in debt for over 140 million pounds. King George and the British Parliament thought that the colonists could help pay.
140 million pounds? Wow, you need to be on a diet for months to lose that.
Pounds as in English money, dear. England and the British Parliament passed a series of acts that placed duties and taxes on the colonists. By 1767, those colonists were not happy.
Mr. Otis, what's the latest?
John Adams, I'm glad I ran into you. It's another British outrage. They passed the Townshend Acts, which put import duties on just about everything.
I didn't think it could get any worse. We already had the Hat Act, the Wool Act, the Iron Act, the Quincy Act, and the Sugar Act.
I know it. The British just can't get their acts together.
Remember the Stamp Act?
A direct tax on everything we printed, from cards to calendars.
I loved what you said. What was it? Taxation without representation is exploitation.
Tyranny!
What?
I said tyranny. Taxation without representation is tyranny.
You did? Doesn't really rhyme though, does it?
It's not supposed to rhyme. It's an aphorism.
Well, of course, but the good ones rhyme. Take Ben Franklin's maxims. He that goes a borrowing, goes a selling. Little strokes, fell great oaks, plow deep while sluggards sleep.
Okay, I get it. The point is, the British are not treating us as equals, but as subjects. They prohibited us from sailing beyond the Appalachians. They've even started enforcing the navigation laws. So all commerce between here and England must be by British vessels.
You're right, this has got to stop.
They feel like a tax to me. Taxation, taxation, without representation. It's not right time to fight the line. Taxation, taxation, without representation. It's not right time to fight the line.
This is the last straw, my fellow Bostonians.
You tell him, Sam.
Did we fight the town snacks? We refused to import English goods and pay the duties. And what did they do?
They sent warships into our harbor.
And did we relent?
Never.
And what about the Boston Massacre?
Right. The British shot and killed 3 unarmed colonists.
And did we give up?
Never.
And finally, they had to repeal the Townsend Acts in 1770.
Yes.
But here we are, 3 years later, and they've passed the Tea Act. Are we going to keep paying a tax on tea?
Never.
They have shipped 500,000 pounds of tea into the harbor, driving down the prices of tea. Are we going to buy it? Well, are we?
Come on, Mr. Adams, we've got to have a spot of tea.
Yeah, I mean, we're only human.
The prices are so low.
Listen to me. Today it's tea, tomorrow it's sugar. The next day it's those nice fuzzy slippers that keep our feet so warm in the winter.
Not our slippers.
Yes, your slippers. How long are you going to keep letting the British kick us around? It's time for action.
Right.
It's time to start running on the right-hand side of the road.
Right.
It's time we stop calling soccer football.
Right.
And it's time we dressed up as natives and dumped those 342 chests of tea into the harbor.
Right.
Down, 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 just dump it off the boat. Down, 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 let's see if it can float. Down, 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 it's sinking in the sea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Trouble's brewing for the crown. Tell them all in London town, London town. All the lovely tea's just drowned. Send some more, it's going down. Send some more, it's going down. Send some more, it's going down. Down, 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 just dump it off the boat. Down, 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 let's see if it can float. Down, 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 it's sinking in the sea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea. Something's brewing, boys, and it ain't tea.
Did the colonists really destroy all that tea?
Yes, and in Maryland they burned an entire ship, the tea, and all the rest of its cargo.
King George must have been mad.
Yes, the British were really getting their threads in a tangle. They closed Boston Harbor, put a restriction on town meetings, and moved trials for officials that killed colonists from America to England.
Betsy Ross, I'm so glad you're home.
John Jay, you look like you're about to bust a stitch.
I've been trying to get into a sweater for my dachshund, but something has gone terribly wrong.
Oh my, let me take a look at that.
But Betsy, what did we do after the British shut down the Boston Harbor?
Why, we called the first Continental Congress.
Were you there, Mr. J?
Sure was. 55 men gathered, including John and Sam Adams, George Washington, and Patrick Henry.
I know not what course others may take, but as for me, give me liberty or give me death.
Whoa, was that Patrick Henry?
Don't encourage him, children, or else he'll just keep doing it.
Did all the colonists want independence?
At that point, most of us just wanted the legislation repealed. We called for a complete boycott from all British goods, but when our petitions were rejected, we started to collect muskets.
And that's when the British decided to send troops from Boston to seize weapons and arrest colonial leaders, right?
And thus the famous ride of Paul Revere.
Paul Revere? Sweet boy. I think I once started a horse for him. Calm down, Paul. It's nearly midnight. You'll wake the kids.
Wait, the redcoats are coming!
Sit down, children. Your father is a bit nervous.
Of course I'm nervous. The British are heading out of Boston, coming to arrest the colonial leaders and take our weapons and supplies.
Are they coming by land or by sea?
I don't remember. I think 2 means if by land, and 1 if by sea, or 1 if by land, and 2 if by sea. I think 3 means by blimp.
Take it easy. You need to go warn the people of Lexington and Concord.
Yes, I must go at once.
Ride and warn John Hancock, alert Sam Adams too. The British will arrest them, their fate is up to you.
Hurry, Paul, dear, hurry. Do not stop to chat. Paul, what are you doing?
I forgot my hat.
Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Lexington is waiting, they must hear the news. The redcoats are advancing, now there's no time to lose.
Tell the Minutemen there, they must take a stance. Paul, what are you doing?
I forgot my pants.
Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Then ride out to Concord, warn them all once more. The redcoats want our weapons that we have kept in store.
Tell all the militia, they must come in force. Paul, what are you doing?
I forgot my horse.
Ride on Paul Revere, ride on Paul Revere. Get on out of here, dear Paul Revere. Thomas, Tom Jefferson. Wait, there's John Hancock.
Oh, hello, Ben. Well, I sent about to get some coffee cake.
Coffee cake?
Of course. What's a Continental Congress without a Continental breakfast?
I heartily agree, Tom, but we already have a selection of coffees, juices, and those delicious individually wrapped danishes.
True, but I thought he needed something to do this morning. He's been acting a bit strange ever since we voted to endorse the Declaration of Independence.
A brilliant document, Tom, and now we must all hang together, or assuredly we will all hang separately.
It's been over a year since the first shots were fired between us and the British. Just a month later, we elected George Washington to lead the Continental Army. We've been unofficial at the war ever since.
King George has rejected our efforts at reconciliation.
Tom Paine wrote it nicely when he wrote that. These are the times that try men's souls.
Yes, that was well put. It doesn't rhyme though, does it?
What?
I always thought my own maxims stick a bit better with a cute rhyme in them. Vessels large may venture more, but little boats should keep near shore. See how it flows?
Sure, Ben, but I don't think...
Remember this. Here Skunk lies snug as a bug in a rug.
What exactly does that mean?
That's not the point. I've got 4 out of 10 rhyming words. That's a 40% rhyme rate. You won't find that from any of the other British poets. Check out Shakespeare or Pope. They have a 10, maybe 15% rhyme rate max.
That's great, Ben!
Great! It's crucial! The British may have better trained soldiers. They may have more money, experience, and weapons. But America has the rhymes. Victory will be ours!
Ooh, here comes John Hancock. Where is it? Where is it? What are you looking for?
The Declaration of Independence.
It's quite exciting, isn't it?
You bet, but where is it?
Here in Tom's head. He wrote it. Tom, could you please recite the bit about the self-evident truths again?
We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness.
That's great, but where is it? Where's the parchment itself? I'm ready.
Ready for what?
Ready to sign it, of course.
John, I told you this morning, the final document won't be ready for a month or so.
But I'm ready now. I've been practicing.
Have Franklin's eloquence. I don't have Tom Paine's common sense. But man, my signature's intense. Tom, where do I sign?
Washington and all his staff, they fight real hard on our behalf. But you should see my autograph. Tom, where do I sign? Ooh, where do I sign? sign? Where do I sign? Where do I sign?
Did the colonists really think they could defeat the British Empire?
Well, we definitely had some disadvantages.
I'll say there was no real unity. The colonies distrusted each other.
There was no central authority to raise money through taxes.
The army was hard to organize and nearly impossible to keep together.
And don't forget, probably no more than 1/3 of the colonists even wanted independence all that much.
And there were hundreds of thousands who remained loyal to England.
True, but the British soldiers were 3,000 miles away from home and had a huge area to try and control.
And they had second-rate generals.
While the colonists had George Washington, who turned out to be a fantastic leader.
And don't forget the French. They were always willing to help anyone who might hurt England.
But you're forgetting one of the most biggest advantages.
I was wondering when you'd remember.
Remember what?
My flag, of course. I tried to talk him into a red, white, and blue lounge chair with matching ottoman, but they said that their budget was limited to a flag.
Oh, your flag was wonderful, but I was thinking about how the colonists fought dirty.
I beg your pardon.
Oh, I don't mean it in that way. I mean they were literally dirty. They blended in with the scenery.
I tell you, it ain't right. They should stand up and fight like we do.
Yeah, instead of sneaking around with those fur caps and discon coats all quiet like you can't even see them. It ain't fair.
I mean, look at us, all polished up and bright red. They could see us coming from miles away. That's the proper way to fight.
Exactly. We stand up straight and wait for our turn to shoot and be shot at. That's gentlemanly. None of us looking around.
Well, I'm up to M. Won't find one of them minutes sneaking up on me. No, sir-ee.
Hello everybody and welcome to the American History Channel's Home Shopping Network. Alice, what do we have for our shoppers tonight?
Bert, tonight we got memorabilia from the American Revolutionary war.
Excellent. Well, let's get right to it. We've got over 6 years of war to choose from, including fighting in every colony and more than a dozen important battles.
Our first item, number J57, is a boot from John Burgoyne, the British general who lost the Battle of Saratoga.
His boot? I'm guessing we don't have many of those left.
Just 2. They come from the famous battle in 1777 that gave the colonists a badly needed boost.
Smell that, Alice.
What?
Go on, take a whiff. You know what that smells like, Alice?
A really, really old boot.
No, it smells like victory. And you too can get victory from defeat by phoning us now to order General Burgoyne's shoe. Get it? Victory from defeat? So, what's that item over there?
This is B-65, a snowball from Valley Forge in Pennsylvania, where George Washington and his army had to spend a devastating winter.
These things are going fast, folks.
We sold it in just 15 minutes. Last time we sold these at an unbelievable chimey price.
One per customer, please.
We have just a few minutes before our stock completely melts into the studio lights.
And we've got a happy customer on the phone with us now. Who are you? Where are you calling from? And tell us just how much you love your snowball.
Hello, am I on here?
You sure are.
I am Commandant de Rochambeau. I am from France.
How wonderful. General Rochambeau arrived from France in 1780 with over 6,000 troops to aid the colonists. French help was decisive in winning the war.
Rochambeau, you say? Did you create chocolate eclairs?
No, I was the commander of the French troops in Yorktown alongside George Washington and his men, so I thought your reviewers should know.
Terrific. So, how much do you love your snowball? You probably serve with some fancy French sauce, am I right?
I do not know what you are talking about. I am a general, not a chef.
Oh, those French cooks, so modest.
Our next incredible item is being brought to us right now by John Paul Jones.
Hi, Alice. I just helped the American Navy get its sea legs and even defeat a number of British ships off the coast of England.
So, what's that you got there?
This is the button from the coat that British General Cornwallis was wearing when he surrendered to George Washington and our French allies in Yorktown in 1781. It is a lovely brass finish and oven safe.
Amazing. Hold it up so our viewers can get a good look at it.
Benedict Arnold, give that back, you traitor.
I am not yet begun the fight. I guess that will do it for us too. Good night.
And make sure to stay tuned next week on the American History Channel's documentary on Glover Cleveland, Man, Myth, City, or Sesame Street Puppet.
So what happened after the British surrendered, Mr. Day?
I went to help Ben Franklin and John Adams work out the Treaty of Paris in 1783. The British conceded all the land from the Mississippi River to the Atlantic Ocean, from Spanish Florida to the Great Lakes.
That was great.
Well, it was complicated. The Articles of Confederation, which were the basis of each state, intentionally gave little power to Congress.
Couldn't they do anything?
Not much. We did pass the Northwest Ordinance, which provided eventual incorporation of new states between the Mississippi and Ohio rivers.
And I macrameed the Liberty Bell.
Now, Betsy, you gotta stop exaggerating.
Dropped a stitch on the seam though, didn't I? Nat's crack opened right up. A few pleats would have helped though.
Betsy, you know that, isn't it?
Shush, dear. Let's listen to the colonists.
What more could we ask for? You got 13 independent states and a loose confederation. There's no executive branch in the central government. We don't need another king around here.
But Congress has no power to control commerce or enforce its tax collection program.
Exactly, it's perfect. It's all up to the individual states.
I don't know, are you sure this is a good thing?
What could go wrong?
Yeah, I know. That is why.
13 little countries. Great. 13 little countries. countries. Brand new. No bossy federal government to tell us what to do. 13 foreign policies, 13 kinds of laws. 13 sets of boundary lines, it kinda gives you a pause. 13 little armies, 13 ways to fight. 13 major headaches, now no relief in sight. Foreign policies, 13 kinds of laws. 13 sets of boundary lines, it kinda gives you a pause. 13 little armies, 13 ways to fight. 13 major headaches, now no relief in sight. 13 little countries. We're doomed. 13 little countries. Kaboom! Before we even started, the end is coming soon. Before we even started, the end is coming soon.
On this day, July 16th, 1787, the Constitutional Convention is now in session in Philadelphia. The Honorable George Washington presiding. Good afternoon, Mr. Madison.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Hamilton.
Oh, yes, good afternoon. James, we have important decisions to make.
Yes, we do, Alexander.
Look out! It's Aaron Burr!
Ah! I was just joking. I love doing that.
That's not funny.
Lighten up a little, Alexander. We're making good progress. We've decided to have 3 branches of government, the legislative, executive, and judiciary, that will balance and check each other.
Yes, a wonderful plan. For 3 even more important matters. I need your advice.
What's on your mind, Alexander?
You know I favor a strong central bank, and now I'm faced with a huge decision.
What is it?
Which do you think is more impressive? My left propel or my right?
What?
When we started printing money, I'm just dying to get my picture on one of those bills. George Washington already claimed 1, so I'm shooting for the 10. Actually, I think my left side makes me look taller. Which do you think?
That's not exactly what I mean by lining up a little, Alexander. We have important issues here. The big states and little states still can't decide on how they should be represented in Congress.
We big states have more people. We're not going to share equally with you little states.
Yeah, well, we're not going to settle for proportional representation in both houses of Congress. We're just as important as you are.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Big states rule. We have lots of votes. Big states rule. We have lots of votes. Big states rule. We deserve the best.
the House that has proportional representation, that is, bigger states with more congresspeople.
And the other house, the Senate, gives the same number of representatives to every state, no matter how many people live there.
That's right. Like so much else in our Constitution, it was like a compromise.
Like deciding to count a slave as 3/5 of a person?
We weren't perfect, Betsy. I know it. But we did stop the slave trade 20 years later.
Yes, dear. Altogether, it was a beautifully stitched document.
Did everyone like the Constitution?
Oh no. Some people thought it gave the central government too much power. Others thought it gave the state too much authority. I wrote some Federalist papers to help convince people to vote for it.
Did it work?
Well, it took a while. We had to promise that a Bill of Rights would be added. The Constitution was officially adopted June 21st, 1788.
Wow, that first election must have been something.
It was. The members of the House of Representatives were elected directly by the citizens of each state. The senators were elected by the legislators of each state, and George Washington was elected president unanimously by the Electoral College.
The Electoral College, how does that work?
No one knows, dear. It's a complete mystery.
Please, Betsy, it's just a bit complicated.
Well, why don't we ask these fellows here? After all, they're on their way to participate in the first Electoral College.
So how exactly does this work?
Don't know.
Well, look at the Constitution and read the first sentence.
We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of our liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
I said just the first sentence.
That was just the first sentence!
Wow. Well, okay. Find the part about the Electoral College.
Oh, here it is, in Article 2. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for 2 persons, of whom one at least shall not be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves.
Not to be an inhabitant of the same state with themselves? How does that work?
Don't know, but here, maybe this will help. But in choosing the president, the vote shall be taken in by the states, the representation from each state having 1 vote. A quorum for this purpose shall consist of a member or members from 2/3 of the state. A majority of this choice shall be necessary to a choice.
Oh! What does that mean?
Don't know, but what the heck, we get to vote!
I said from the start, I'm not all that smart, and I don't have political knowledge. I guess there's no
So on April 30th, 1789, George Washington was sworn in as President of the United States in the temporary capital of New York.
Wow, what a great story.
As my friend Ben Franklin said one time, our Constitution is an actual operation. Everything appears that it will last, but in this world, nothing is certain but death and taxes.
I have a Franklin stub, you know. Doesn't look a bit like him. Here you go, John. This should work.
It's perfect. I knew you could fix it. Thank you, Betsy. I've got to go show Lafayette.
The French general who fought with the colonists?
No, my dachshund.
Betsy, could you tell us the story again?
Oh, we just finished, my dears.
Please.
Okay. John's a good man, but he did leave out some parts. Like the time that I wove together an entire Navy ship out of just pine needles. Or the time that I sewed together the British Army pants so that they couldn't run up Bunker Hill. Or the time...